How's it going, beautiful people? Once again, this is Gabe Kemsey with Uber Success, and in today's video, I'm going to cover what are the best times to drive for Uber. Now, these times are what I've experienced for myself that have been the best times for me, but I'm also going to give you what Uber recommends are best times to drive and what I've just learned from driving in general, So here are my tips. Obviously, one of the best times to drive is the morning. Me personally, I like to start around like 6, and usually the best time to start is from 6 to 10 a.m., right? That 4-hour shift there. That kind of range is very great during the mornings. One, because people are going to work and, there's rush hour and there's a lot more cars on the road. So you might run into a little bit of traffic depending on where you're driving at. But the surcharges are much higher during those times. So it kind of balances out a little bit, but you're able to also pick up a lot more fares. Once 10 o'clock hits, it gets a little bit slow. I'm not going to lie. So if you have anything else to do, if you have errands and stuff to run, I suggest calling it quits at 10. If you want to drive longer, be my guest. Sometimes I drive a little bit longer, but at 10 o'clock, it does significantly slow down. The next recommended time to drive is during the afternoon rush hour, and that's from like 4 to 7 p.m. This is what like Uber and like some drivers recommend driving during this time, and I get why, and I'm gonna tell you the benefits and the cons. The reason being is that the traffic is so bad during this time, and especially driving in Philadelphia, in the city, it can be horrendous. And sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Like, the surcharges do go up a little bit, but if you're stuck in the city during heavy traffic, even with the surcharges, you're not really making as much money as you would like. Some days you might look out, some days you won't. And I've had too many bad experiences on my own where I just didn't make as much as I would have liked, and it's just not worth it to me. But it is recommended by some people that 4 to 7 is a great time to drive because the surcharges are up, and just like the morning rush hour, there's a lot of people on the road, so you do have the potential to make a good amount of money during that time. I just personally kind of stay away from that. The next best time for me to drive is at the nighttime. Now, this is between I'll say 9 to 12 or 10 to 12. This is from Monday through Thursday. Now, this is not going to work in all areas, right? This really is only gonna work if you're like in a city, a populated metropolitan area. That's where this is gonna come in handy. If you're in the suburbs or in like a place that's like not a city, you might not get as many rates. But I found this to be a great time to drive. There's nobody on the road, there's nobody there, but people still need rides to get to where they need to go. People are still leaving work, or people, believe it or not, Monday through Thursday are going out to the bars and clubs, so you get to pick up those people. And a lot of other rideshare drivers don't really drive during that time, so you kind of take advantage of a time period that's slept on a little bit. Nobody really sees how beneficial it was. Like, for me, evenings weren't working, so I tried to experiment with nights, and I found that I made so much more quicker on a faster pace than driving during the evening time. I saved on gas, I made more fares, they were quicker. Sometimes even if there are events going on in the city, there's surcharges anyway, so it's like a win-win-win. So that's why driving at night can really be helpful, but once again, only really works if you're in a city area. Now, during the weekends, a little bit different from me, right? So Friday, Saturday, I'll drive during the morning time, just like the regular weekdays, Monday through Thursday. However, when I'm done, I'm not really that pressed to make as much money as I would like to make during the weekdays. That's because I know that the nighttime is really the best time to drive during the weekend. So on Fridays, I'll leave at 7, 8, just when people are pre-gaming, getting ready to go out. And sometimes I'll drive till midnight, which is a good time to stop if you are not comfortable with the aftermath of people that leave the club. That's a great time to stop because you get the rush of people that are going out, and you get the quick fares. So it's an awesome time. Now, if you're bold enough, and only if you're bold enough, you can actually venture into the late wee hours of the night between 12 and 3 a.m. That time is actually a really great time to drive too, especially let out. If your city lets out at 2 o'clock, be ready at 1:30, be ready, because surges are crazy, and that's literally the best time to drive. In fact, if you don't even want to drive the whole night, you can literally leave your house at 1 and just rack up on those fares for an hour. If you get lucky, if you get 2 nice rides with really nice surcharges, you might make more money than you would like driving the rest of the hours, you know, if your luck is nice. Saturday, I kind of stick to the same schedule. Now, one thing about Saturday is that it's not as bad traffic throughout the day compared to the weekdays. So if you want to just drive during the day, that's also pretty good time to drive. Like, really, it's the weekend, you know, people are just out and about, they're not at work, so you don't really get that dry spell between like the morning rush hour and the afternoon rush hour that usually happens during the weekdays. People are just out all the time, so do whatever you want, like just drive. But if you want to maximize on efficiency, Saturday nights is also a great time to drive, similar to Friday, because people are going out, and what better time to drive than when people are going out. Now, Sundays I like to call my catch-up days, right? If I haven't made as much money as I would like throughout the week, Sundays are awesome because, similar to Saturdays, people are just out and about and there's not much traffic. So you can get up early as like 8, 9 o'clock. People are going to church during the noon time. People are going out for brunch, so that's also a great time. Also in the afternoon, people are going out to dinner. People are going shopping all over the place. And so Sundays are a great time, you know, and you can just drive as much as you need to during Sundays to make up for however much you need to make up if you have a set budget that you like to make. So those are my tips for the best hours that I like to drive for Uber. If you're contemplating about driving for Uber and making some extra cash on your free time, there's also a link down below. If you sign up through that link, you'll get a sign up bonus. Or if you just want to try Uber as a passenger, you've never been before, also there's a link down below for a free ride. If you have other suggestions on what times work for you, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, if you found this video helpful, like it and share it with other people out there that could benefit from. And don't forget to subscribe to my page, where I'll be bringing you more tips about how you can make the most cash with Uber while you're hitting the roads. With that being said, I'm Gabe Chemistry, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.